Saggy. Hey there, Melissa here to do your timeless love reading. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It is not going to resonate for all Sagittarians. If it does, however, resonate for you, I would adore if you smash that like button for me. Weird. Somebody from the South must be listening. Because that accent has never come through. That is interesting. I'll be curious to hear in the comments who that was for. Still feel like I won't talk like that. So anyways, this is a love reading. We're going to be looking at the energy you bring to the connection, the energy the person you have in mind brings, as well as a potential outcome and an overarching energy anywhere from single to married and anywhere in between. Whomever you have on that sweet little Saggy brain of yours. Anything you need to know about me, you can find in the About section of my channel. There will be a link to, it says book personal readings here. That is my website. There's also a link in the description box below for my website. That's where you can find anything you need to know about me or book personal readings. Aight, let's get at your love life. We got the Seven of Wands in your energy, the Emperor in their energy. Ooh, look, the opportunity from good old God. Good old God. This is the one God has for you. That's what it's telling me right now. The Queen of Wands, look at, I don't know, look at a fucking pear, but it's not. But it reminds me of a pear. It doesn't matter because the Emperor is so passionate and fiery, and he is the Aries card. Oh, they're actually both Aries cards. Maybe you're dealing with an Aries. Very strong at this time. We do have the Queen of Wands as your overarching energy. There's nothing sexier than this connection, okay? Period. Teamwork makes the dream work. After some serious self-sabotage, self-doubt, you know, we've all been through this kind of feeling left out in the cold. I like to tell people the Five of Pentacles is where we end up when we're listening to our ego every single time. I don't care how flashy and fun that egotistical thing was all day long. At the end of the day, when we get home, we are going to be in the Five of Pentacles energy if what we followed all day long was our ego. Our spirit, we can't even hear it by the time we get home if we're listening to our ego and all of its desires all day long. So the only way to truly be fulfilled at the end of the day, when you get home and you feel, oh man, why am I here again? Why am I lonely? Why am I not feeling fulfilled? I was happy all day long. When you're filling up, an egotistical desire all day long, it feels, while you're in the moment of it, it feels fulfilling, right? But as soon as that stops, so does the fulfillment. In the spiritual side of your world, when you're following your actual dreams and passions and callings fearlessly with no limits, which is what that means for me, when you're feeding your spirit and you get home at the end of the night and you've fed your spirit all day long, this is never your end of your day. You're always fulfilled from day in, day out. You're going to have, don't get me wrong, you're going to have obstacles to overcome, but when you're feeding your spirit over your ego is always, this is how I've learned to decipher, is this from my ego or is this from my spirit? Your ego is always going to have attached to it what other people will think of you if you do this. And that means, are they going to think I'm stupid for thinking I can attain these dreams? That is the ego talking. Or are they going to think I'm cool if I date this girl or this guy? That is the ego talking. How does this actually make myself feel? How do I feel when I'm in the presence of this person? How do the way they treat me make me feel? The way they are currently treating me, okay? I'm not talking about how I wish they would treat me, how I could imagine them treating me. How is this person currently treating me and making me feel? That is the spirit. So if they are not treating you well, but you think they could, or you think everybody else thinks you're cool because you have them, wow, I'm sorry, Sagittarius. Lots of messages coming through. That's what leaves us feeling out in the cold every single night when we get home, is when we followed what we think everybody else will like about us, instead of what truly makes us feel fulfilled and good from the inside out, okay? Possibly rejecting love at this time because just feeling unsatisfied in everything you do. Because again, when we follow our ego, we are truly unsatisfied. I like to tell people, when we're following our ego, it's like getting paid. We get this immediate instant gratification, okay? It's like getting paid in temporary money, though. It like literally fades away nearly as soon as we grab it, whatever that is, relationships, that sort of that hype that the world, I'm just seeing this sort of domino effect. You know how somebody gets really popular really fast, but then that fades really fast as well, because just as fast as they became popular, they're canceled. That's when the ego is paying it, okay? That is called the ego. And I'm sorry, I can't stop talking about the ego. Speaking of the ego, I love this lady. She does definitely grab people by their ego. She grabs everybody, even people that are spiritual as well, though. She attracts everything and everyone because she's absolutely sexy as hell. That's y'all right now. That's this connection. She's magnetic. As magnetic as they come. The person, the connection everybody wants to be a part of and around. I feel like you might be doing some advocacy, definitely standing up for yourself, but I feel like you might be standing up for others as well. We'll get more. The Emperor is, maybe you're standing up to this Emperor and letting him know who the fuck the boss is. And that is exactly how you're going to find the love of your life. You don't let nobody cross your boundaries. We don't need walls. Boundaries. That's what I feel like this is right now, is you've laid the law down with this Emperor, and this Emperor is like, okay, I'm sorry, I love you. I love you. This is how you know if somebody loves you for real. It's like you set boundaries. They don't have to be nasty. They just have to be, hey, this is how you respect me. This is how you love me, right? If you can't do that, see you later. The door's on the left. You'll see the exit sign. And that damn southern accent keeps trying to come through. So that's for one of y'all. You're persevering. The Chariot card is one of my favorite cards, not just because I'm a Cancer, but because it is about against all odds. It's about listening to your spirit over everybody else's ego and your own. It sounds real easy, but it's really tough to do because, again, it's not going to be immediate. It's not going to be that instant gratification we've grown to learn, grown to know and love. It is about persevering, knowing that things might be a little rough at first and they might be tough, but we'll always be provided for when we're following the calls of our spirit or God, the creator, the divine, the universe, whatever it is, things that are calling us by the spirit and not by the ego. So again, the Seven of Wands, I just really feel like you've had to battle not only your own ego, but everybody else's, what society is telling you you should do, the molds you should fit into. This has been coming out together, and it's exactly the right, it should come out always together. But the Chariot, persevering against all odds, it's about, again, going against the grain, what society maybe didn't think was normal or practical, but your spirit was telling you this is for you. I don't care if people think it's not. You followed your spirit, your callings passionately, and that's what leads to the the 10 of Pentacles, true abundance in all areas of your life. It's total fulfillment, emotional, financial, spiritual, all of you being fulfilled completely because you followed what your spirit was calling you to. Again, what your spirit is calling you to isn't necessarily going to seem fun and exciting at the moment, but what it leads to is fun and exciting and actually fulfilling, where you're never going to end up at the end of the night feeling alone, unsatisfied, and unfulfilled when you follow your spirit, okay? Total fulfillment, quick success. The Eight of Wands is the successful conclusion to a confusing situation. So quick success coming. Again, if you've been out of contact with this person, you might be communicating with them. We'll get more. I feel like you have communicated to them, laid the law down a bit. Not the law, doesn't have to be aggressive at all, by the way. It just means that you have put boundaries up, and different than a wall. A wall up means nobody's coming in. Boundaries up means if you cross this, if you do something that is disrespectful to me or give me a red flag, I am willing to walk away from you. You're not going to cross these boundaries. And that's what I feel like you've done with this person. If not, I feel like you're going to, and that's what's going to attract them to you. They have three major arcanas in their energy. Yowza Trowza. You have the most powerful major arcana. Well, you both do, really. Two powerful people. Power couple is what I'm getting right now. And the 10 of Pentacles. Like, it doesn't get any better than this as far as a connection is concerned. So they have the Emperor, the Page of Cups, love, dreams. This is what I was telling you about. Your spirit is going to look like dreams that are way too big for you, right? Your spirit is, if that's not egotistical, your dreams being huge, that's actually your spirit talking. Your ego would say, nah, we can't attain those dreams. Those are, those are too big for us. Believe it or not, your ego is what will talk you out of following those dreams and talk you into things that are instant gratification. For instance, a 9 to 5 that gives you a paycheck every single week. But your spirit, their spirit, is calling them to things that are going to last a lifetime, but they don't give you a paycheck right away. They don't even give you an outcome or a promise. You just have to have faith. And that's the Page of Cups to me, is faith. pure faith. Your person is working with pure faith because they're totally connected to the divine at this time. They're psychically connected to you and the divine. I don't know. You may or may not be in contact with this person at this time. Aries, Cancer, Leo, Pisces, Cancer. Actually, this is just Cancer, I think. I don't know why. But I've always heard it be Pisces, but I looked it up. And it represents the moon, or it's ruled by the moon, which the only sign that's ruled by the moon is Cancer. Everybody thinks Pisces is, but it's not. And then the moon card that isn't here right now, I'm going to explain this to you since I'm here, is actually represented by Neptune, which is why it represents Pisces, not Cancer. Interesting, right? So the Emperor is about somebody who has followed their own dreams, and they've realized they don't get to tell everybody, you know, to believe in their dreams with them. This is what I'm getting right now off the Page of Cups and the Emperor card together. And again, they've really gone into a space of really taming their ego. This is how we get into this energy of just allowing everything and everyone to be. Understanding that when we're coming from an authentic space, everything and everyone that is meant to fit into that will, and everything and everyone that isn't won't. We don't need to try to customize ourselves. On Wednesday, I'm with Tommy, so I act like this. On Saturday, I'm with Jean, and so I act like this. That is the ego trying to get us to fit into everybody's mold. But the Emperor is like, F that shit. I ain't got time for all that. This is my life. This is who I am. This is how I'm going to live it. And anybody that fits is welcome. Anybody who doesn't not abide, because he's not necessarily trying to control people. He's the ruler of his own world because he's come to a space where he knows he doesn't get to dictate what others do, but he does get to dictate who's in his life. So if anybody is disrespecting or crossing boundaries, and I think you both have your boundaries set very high right now. The Strength card to me really does mean that they have tamed their ego and followed their spirit and their dreams fearlessly against what society has told them to do. Holy shit. Are you single? This is sexy, but it leads to us rejecting love. I just think that there is going to be this space and time where, you know, you're both going through some major things. I think that you're both setting a boundary right now. This you might be at a distance from each other. That's maybe what's going on here. I almost feel like one or both of you have thought of this opportunity, and even thought of rejecting this opportunity because it seemed to be unfeasible, is what's coming through. Unfathomable is another way to say that, because of the distance between you. I feel like the Creator's saying, yeah, that's sweet that you thought you could avoid this. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Again, the Creator is the only one who can offer us an opportunity like this. This isn't one you can go out on Tinder and find. This is a moment where you realize that this is your other half. This is the person that's going to finish your sentences. This is the person that's going to want to pour into you more than they want to pour into themselves. And it's not like they're not going to stop loving themselves. It's not going to be unhealthy or toxic. It's just going to be that they genuinely want you to be happy, or as happy or happier than they are. So they're always going to anticipate your needs and meet them before you even know you need that. Okay, that's what I'm getting right now. The Lover's card really is this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity connection. The strongest connection you'll ever be a part of. We get to feel this true connection once in a lifetime, okay? I do feel like this is saying that even possibly in your past, one or both of you have avoided this connection, is what I'm getting right now. Because you thought that the distance was too far. But I feel like the Creator is saying there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no river wide enough, ain't no valley low enough to keep y'all from getting to each other, because this is again, you cannot go out and find this kind of connection with just anyone. This is a once in a lifetime. So once you guys realize that that's what this is, one of y'all moving, that's it. The Six of Swords still tells me one of you guys are moving. You didn't think so. You thought you were just rejecting the whole connection altogether. But the Six of Swords and God say otherwise. So that's what I'm getting right now. I'm going to get you guys a Romance Angels. What a powerful connection. The Queen of Wands is your overarching energy. Means this is like, and the Lover's card in your outcome, and the Ace of Cups in your outcome. This is just, again, something that's being provided to you by God that is uncomparable. Children, your love life is being affected by children. I'm going to get you another one, because maybe one of you has children, and maybe that's why there's also been this rejection. Like, you know what? I have kids to worry about. I'm going to tell you right now that the Creator, when you're with the right person, let's say you have children or they have children, this person is going to love your children like they're your own. When this is your true soul match, they're going to actually connect with your children on a soul level. So they're going to genuinely care for these children like they're their own, okay? If it's you that has children, if it's them that has children, you don't have to worry. You'll know you're in the wrong connection with somebody who has children if you don't love those children like your own, or if they don't love your children like their own. That is not somebody God has for you. Somebody that God has for you will make sure that they send in somebody who will care for those children, maybe even better than you can care for your own children, or they can care for their own children, okay? It's like a God parent. It's like the creator, when the creator's sending it in as your divine counterpart or your lover, the one you're meant to be with, the one God has for you, he is not going to send them in or you in with loving the parent, right, the adult, but not loving the children. That's your biggest sign. If you have children, if somebody doesn't come in and love your children more than they love you, that's your biggest sign that you're in the wrong connection, okay? And I don't think more than was the right word, because I think even parents that stay together should love each other more. I know that sounds, but the parents are going to be together forever and the children are going to grow up and have their own families. So that is important to remember too, but still, the person that comes into your life, if you have children, is going to love your children like they're their very own. Period, point blank. And vice versa. If it's you, interesting, free yourself. It says it's time to take back control of your life. I feel like that's for your person. I feel like that's what they're doing. I think both of you is realizing that if, when we follow what society tells us to do, that's somebody else's fucking dreams, and we're never going to make it to our destination that way. So it's about following your own dreams, your own passions, your own callings, and that's how you get to your place in this world. I love you so much, Sagittarius, and I will see you next week. Mwah.